Thank you. Thank you, Senator Doherty. Now I'd like to call up Assemblyman Robert Auth from the 39th Legislative District in Bergen County.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? How am I doing? I'm loving life. That's how I'm doing. Now, I was coming down here and I was thinking about what I was going to say on the way down last evening, and I knew there were going to be a lot of my colleagues from the Assembly and the Senate, luminaries, very cerebral types, and I'm dwarfed at the intellect that I'm working with down here, and I didn't really know what to do, so I put together a 40-page speech, but fortunately for you, I left it in the car. But I had an epiphany. You know, I was just standing next to my good friend Steve Lonigan. You may know him, Mayor of Pagoda. He's been an advocate for pro-life for a long time. And I started thinking to myself, what a paradox I'm looking at here. Here's a man who has a vision issue, who openly tells people that, and yet he sees so clearly. And I started thinking to myself, well, maybe that's the trick. Sometimes we have to close our eyes to see the clearest. Because when your eyes are open, there's all sorts of things obstructing your vision, deflecting your vision, trying to make your vision move someplace other than the object that we really need to be concentrating on. So I want to try a little experiment today. I want to see if Steve is the true visionary that I feel he is. So I'm going to ask you guys to do a small little test with me. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Now, I know you're in Trenton, but all the politicians are either behind me or in trying to get taxpayer funding for Planned Parenthood. So the thieves are inside and the rest of them are behind me. Hold on to your wallets, but I want to ask everybody in the crowd here to do me a favor and close your eyes. Close your eyes, because I'm going to tell you something, but the vision you see is only going to be your vision, and no one will be able to obstruct it or distract you from what you really want to see. So I want you to imagine being in the office of an obstetrician, a lovely woman, 14 weeks pregnant with her husband, and they're going to go in for an examination. And so they go in and they sit in the waiting room for a little bit. You can see the magazines on the wall and the nurses behind the glass window saying hello and we'll be right with you. Finally, they get called into the examining room. And the doctor says, okay, Mrs. Smith, you need to disrobe down to your waist, and the nurse comes in and puts a little bit of jelly on her stomach so they can do a sonogram. And the father's holding all the clothes, and of course he's nervous in that situation. And the doctor takes the sonogram device and he puts it on the mother's stomach and he starts rubbing it around her stomach. And as they're doing that, the mother and the father start singing, clap hands till daddy comes home. Clap hands till daddy comes home. And the 14-week-old baby starts clapping its hands and smiling at its parents. 14 weeks. You know what to do. Get out there and do it. Thank you.